Welcome back to Popes and Pylons. Let's play some more Europa Universalis IV. We're of course Mulhouse. We're going for the everything is coming up Mulhouse achievement. We have to become Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire and fully decentralize it. And I want to say buy something something, but it's not buy something something. You just have to do it by the end of the game, I guess. We should also not be standing in land where we take attrition. As much as I do want to deal with those rebels, we're going to do that from Stuttgart. Because 44,000 people, a bit much for poor Durlach here. We're at war against the Bavarians, who used to be Landshut and our friend, and now the Bavarian, or enemy as they should be. Shall not suffer a Bavarian to live. We're gonna suppress these poor rebels over here. I can never click this for the life of me. Lorraine is pretty unhappy at this moment, partially because of that active missionary, slight bit of intolerance, and all that good jazz. These rebels, though, that we're having here are the Württembergian ones, and they're not that scary, although they might still rise up, and rather have them not do that. Tech, I don't think we don't quite want to do it. We're sieging down with way too many people up here, but most of these people we don't care about. There's 5,000 cannons of ours, which we want there because that's going to speed up the siege. There is our mercenary company, which technically we don't need to have there, I guess, if Trier's there. Because Trier has the better siege general anyway. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's save our mercenaries some of that live. Let's allow the attachment to the cannons, disallow the attachment to the mercs, and just do this, which should keep Trier there. Yep. This saves the mercenary manpower pool, which is not a problem. I do believe it saves me money. I do think I also pay for mercenary reinforcements, so I guess some saving of money might be happening there. You can go home. My subjects are going to be way more than enough. There is... Oh yeah, we're in a second war, right? This is the war I care about, Bavaria and Friesland. We're going to end that very soon. There's another war here. There is Bohemia's attack on Mazovia against a bunch of people, Denmark, Savoy, Sweden. But surely you have that under control, Bohemia, don't ya? That's 44,000 Bohemians, surely. Don't call me Shirley. I'm gonna pop stacks if they come to my land, but otherwise I think I'm just gonna sit and wait. I don't think I can add to the suppression here. I assume I already have full -5 here from friendly troops. I do, so nothing to do about that. Just waiting for that siege to happen. Württembergian scepter is actually going down. Excellent. Gain free stability. That's why we went on a +3. Well, one of the reasons. Because the events that just give you +1. +5 would be impressive. Mission-wise, after we've done this, we can complete Swabian Liberty. We could have Swabian League. We could have done that by allying Ulm, as has been pointed out in the comment section. But that we're just going to take Donauwörth and get it that way. And then we're going to see what these things do. Those revolts from the oppressors things are interesting. And then giving people the choice of joining our nation will be also quite interesting. Although that still requires a bunch more people to be Swabian or owned by Swabian land. We'll see. We'll see about that. There goes Friesland. Let's piece them out. We could make ourselves a nice little vassal up there. I don't know that we want to. We're pretty full on diplo relations, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. We need to start eating some of those vassals. And, you know, it's just Friesland. It's a 21 naval province. It's a pretty good province with that naval battery for reasons. But now we're just going to force their religion and do some nice stuff to them. Right. War reps, force religion. And do I care about the trade power? Probably not. That's the channel. Don't care about the channel. Could make them steer trade. But where would they steer? I mean, they could probably steer from like here to us, but they have no power there. So probably not. Prestige. I guess we just go for prestige then. Break some of those rivalries. Well, one of those rivalries. And I assume I can take this money without taking inflation for it, but it's not a relevant amount of money. Fine. merely for themselves. Let's get going. Yoink. And now, go back to proper map mode, get my cannons home, and Austin Pretenders. There's a lot of Venetians down there. Don't think we have to bother with invasions from the south anymore. Yeah, I think I'm not going to deal with that Bohemian War. They can do that themselves. Let's have once we have our diplomat back, have a quick look at our friend the Bavarian. What is our peace deal? We definitely want Donauwörth. Pretty sure I also want Ingolstadt. Because I do have a claim on it. And it's land. No, it's not Swabian, I don't believe. No, it's filthy Bavarian and Protestant. Quite disgusting, but what can you do? Now the center of reformation is in München. Now if we took München, then we might be able to stamp out that reformation. It's going to be expensive as fudge. Because it's -5 missionary strength. I don't even know how much we have. What's my strength at? More than 5. Still gonna be non-accepted culture and stuff, but still. I think that's tempting. Let's see if we can do that without being utterly caught. Ha. People wouldn't like it. People really wouldn't like it. We can't not take Ingolstadt, yeah. I mean, we can not take Ingolstadt, but then we can also not take München. That's unfortunate. Forcing their religion is not gonna fix the problem. And I also can't do it because it requires too much war score. Sad days. So how much are we interested in taking Ingolstadt? Ingolstadt is a 19 development province with wine, which, you know. It already has a farm estate on it and a workshop. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably taking it, right? While I'm here. Yeah, we have that claim. Don't see many reasons not to take it. So these two war reps, and I assume they're trade power. Some money. Could steer trade instead, but I don't know that that does anything extra for us here, really. Now, if I ended your alliance to Austria, what does that do for us? Is that good for us? The Austrians are not super scary anymore. They don't really have friends, and if I annul one of the alliances, then they might find better friends than, you know, Bavaria. So maybe I keep the alliance up. Yeah, it's probably fine to keep it up. Let's instead go for, I guess, prestige. Not like we need it, but at least Passau is a sovereign state. Not really what I'm looking for. That would just be free food for my ally Bohemia. Yeah, we're just gonna end some rivalry here. Maybe consider which one. Let's do Brandenburg, because I don't care about that rivalry. Sure. 45. Full alliance. Give me Donauwörth and Ingolstadt. Give me war reps. The Emperor is still my ally, right? That's Bohemia. That is Bohemia. Who is my ally? That's my ally. Good. Alright. Peace. Give me 14 ducats for no inflation? Eh. Oh, whatever. Yoink. As they say. Was this always 4 digits? 13.00%? Looks odd to me, but maybe it was. Getting actually closer to that government capacity thing. Let's see what to do about that when we get to it. burn that bridge when we get to it. Yeah, that's a pretty good temple. These cloth workshops might be worth building. And these cloth manufactories also might be worth building. Although, again, Herzogenbar, not really the right place. Constance is fine, but it's in the Wien trade node, right? Yeah, Vienna. So it's not great either. I'll just plop down these workshops. Lost conquest against Bavaria, but the nice thing about claims is we could remake them. Also now that should have completed Swabian League. Yes. Don't think there's any reason to wait. Gain a permanent claim on Breisgonsund, go, and they might revolt. Whatever that means. We'll see. Still not conquering new states because I'm still not into that. Still not acquiring subjects because we're not annexing right now. One of the interesting questions could be, when do we start annexing? We currently have subjects here in Bregenz and Chur. 86 is when I could annex you. But you still have that religion problem until forever. I thought it was 10 years. It's not 10 years. I got hard punished for these guys converting their capital there. Gee. Really? 1603? Okay, maybe Magdeburg. Maybe we just eat Magdeburg and do the conversions ourselves. When necessary. So I don't care about this war anymore. I could send my subjects to help, but honestly I don't feel like that's something I want to do necessarily. If you walk past an army of mine, I'm gonna kill you. But otherwise... Wait, you're gonna hit my subject there? That's just not nice. You know what, subjects? Just do you. It's just mean though. Really, really mean. Venice grabbing some condottieri out of Milan. What are we doing here? Formed zealots in Halle, yeah. Kinda expected. Select, attach. You are attachable too. I'm gonna send these guys to deal with those zealots. Once again, I don't want to... they're gonna unfortunately get the surrender there. But the fort should have protected that place. I don't think they lost anything from that. We did lose a bunch of people. Actually lost cannons. How did we do that? Oh, because I arrived first? But I shouldn't have. My mercenaries should have arrived in time. Should have checked the deployment there. I just assumed everything would be fine. Yeah, let's keep hitting that button. Get a giant stack of money and get closer to that 100 mercantilism. I think this is finally the campaign where I'm going to get that achievement. Not that I'm doing it for that. It's just happens to work out that way. Didn't you drop down before? Yeah, but now you're back up. Oh, because of our extension. That makes sense. Yeah, this is going to be fine. The only place that's complaining is Nanzig because of that ongoing slow conversion. Wait, what? Oh, Riga got pieced out by Mazovia. Alright. And then Urbino got pieced out by Bohemia. Feed the Papal State. Income. Yada. Good. Feed that Pope. We do like the Pope getting a bit ahead here because of this. Now, is the Papal State actually in this? What's the flag of the Papal State? Red with a thing on it. Yeah, that helps a lot. I think it's keys or something, but still. Are you the Papal State? No, that's Riga. I don't think the Pope is in here. Can the Pope be in here? I mean, they should be. Just don't like that the Ottomans are in here. What does the check mark? Oh, it's where I am in. Where I'm in, I assume. Now, who's leading this thing? Emperor's always the leader of this league. Okay. Wait, why is that? The only person it's not showing for is the guy who's actually the leader. It's kind of weird. Alrighty, and there goes Savoy. Mulhouse will get one of this amount. Yeah, we did a lot in this war. Just the 3 leagues. And another Diplo rep. 2 Diplo rep might be quite helpful. For things. For things. Lose 50 Diplo power, which I don't even have. You guys should kill those Swedes, by the way. There goes Erich Häuser. We're now out of a general. And people are attritioning me here in my own land. Grumble, grumble. I mean, I could just split up this army and prevent stuff like that from happening, but... I do kind of want to make this claim on München, although the Palatinate might just... What is this war you're in? Attack against the Palatinate and the Bavarian conquest of Oberpfalz. Okay. Yeah, so the Palatinate is unlikely to change to take Munich. Or München. There's nobody in this war that's likely to take München there. So that might be a place to claim. I still kind of want it because of that center of reformation, just to get rid of it. I mean, it's not the greatest of our provinces with that grain in it. I mean, it's tons of development, but development is not... Well, it's a double-edged sword, kind of, in the HRE, with all that aggressive expansion. And a bad trade good is a bad trade good. And there's no trade center of trade. So something like Landshut might actually be a better place to claim. Yeah, let's do it. Conquest against Landshut. And I'm not stopping this guy in Trier because he's almost done. And then we're going to have a big buffer for when we have to do it again. Now, how close am I to taking tech here? 9 months. Can I have a tiny little tech baby? Alright. I don't think inflation is high enough to buy down. It is not. I don't think I want to strengthen government, even with my Republican tradition being a bit, you know, not the absolute greatest. Neither is development. But hey. Oh, I don't actually have the development edict on here, which is surprising as fudge to me. I do have it on in Constance. Do I need to do more? 8 times 9 is not 100. 9 times 11 is 99, which is exactly... I think I'm going to keep it running for now. Might lose a tiny bit of button for something else on the way. And then I don't have to do more development. Sieging back your... No, wait. That's Mazovia trying to siege back their own land. Tons of people up here having beaten up the Danes, the Swedes. Or sent them home, I guess. Not sure which one happened. I will state... What does it do to our government capacity? It's still fine. Interesting that it doesn't say the cap in here. It says to a total of 356, but it doesn't say what my cap is. Either way, make the state, spend some of that admin, there we go. So now, if my math was correct, which it probably wasn't, I should not cap until next year. Might be off by 1 on the military. Don't think I am. But I might be. But admin should be fine. Could become defender of the Catholic faith, but once again, that's not something I'm particularly interested in. How did this war go anyway? Do you stop already? So Bavaria doesn't look so good. What I saw this then? Oh, Munich? Now it's very tempting. If we can get another war and have some thingamabob to go. Some aggressive expansion. We should vassalize Bavaria, because they have a lot of cores around here now. It's a bit of a shame that they have these 2 cores. It's going to make them pretty peeved all the time. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cores of reconquest we could do. And that's a lot. Don't think anybody else around here is that useful. Not at all, no. I mean, I guess Austria, but that's not the right direction to go in. Get me that conversion done. Alright, probably won't do the lottery unless this is awful. 9, 5, and a lot. 11. I'll take Bruno. Bruno. How old are you, Bruno? 51. Nice. 425. Age 51. And there goes the conversion. We get some papal influence. We got autonomy change from... Well, that was probably somebody embracing the institution. Probably wasn't us. And we have more stuff we can convert. And Donauwörth is going to be quite quick. Do I have... Encourage... It's not encourage, what it's called. Enforce unity? But I don't, in either of these. So let's start on Donauwörth, I think. East Swabia, enforce, convert. Gerger. Also put those boots down. Regensburg cancelled military access. It's impressive how badly you're doing this war, Bohemia, considering. It makes my army a bit more expensive. That's kind of fine. We should probably consider at some point to go back to... First of all, why am I no longer spying on the... Oh. No, why am I no longer spying on Landshut? Just that? Maybe I got caught. Didn't notice. And then I probably want to spy on the Palatinate. Seems like an obvious target here. I mean, not a great one, but an obvious one. Unless there's a Bavarian core in there, no. Okay. And then improve with my own subjects. Get them all up there so we can do the conversion, or whatever it's called, whenever we feel like it. Now, do I throw that 544 general out of my subject's capital? I kind of have to, don't I? Yeah. What kind of army do I want to send? Pretty big one. Let's grab these cannons that cast like half of these. Send you over there. It's a bit more than we need. But no such thing as too much overkill, right? Yeah, I'll give you some ducats. Oh, and they're just immediately out of here. Now, do I want to chase them into Denmark just to stop the annoyingness? No. No, let's not. Let's go back to Mainz. And you keep suppressing those rebels. Maybe they just ran from the Bohemians there. And not from me, that's quite possible. Don't think I need to do more of the suppression-y thing. So just stay here. It is December. We need one more tick. Yeah, it's going to be barely okay, but it's going to be okay. So let's wait for January. Grab tactics. Tactics and +1 morale. That's such a big tech. And the next one is tech 16, where the artillery gets nuts. Yeah, so does households. Just manpower. Okay. Jump over to better what? Infantry? No. Sure. There's no war going on, right? This is fine. Let's get... I think we're fine on our offensive pipping now, so let's go with the Mauritians. Funny that charge infantry is less offensive than... No, it's actually the same. We have the same amount of offensive pips. So the question is just whether we want fire or shock, and I think it's fire time. Let's go Mauritian. Early game units don't have a lot of... Oh. Don't have a lot of fire. So it's better to go with shock on your units. But at this point in time, not only do we have a lot of fire on our units, we also... Don't know what I was trying to say there. We have a lot of fire on our units, so that's good. And since the fire phase comes first in combat, you can shoot people down. When there's a lot of cannons shooting from the back row, when cannons become important, and then you add that extra fire from the infantry, you can often decimate the enemy before they do anything. I guess we come home from brigands for a moment to end that embargo on Milan, because we just eclipsed them. Although it feels like we should have eclipsed them ages ago. Go back there, get these people to Metz. I have... I'm just gonna crush them here. I have a fort there, so I could have just let them spawn and waited for full morale in my units. But I don't think that's actually necessary. You deal morale damage based on your maximum morale, not your current morale. So the only thing that really hurts there I'm not going to take 10 unrest to get A infantry. But I guess I'm sending the army to Donauwörth. But I'm going to have to click the button myself. I'm going to wait for 1 monthly tick. And then I think... Okay, it didn't happen. Nice. Go to Mainz then. Come in Milan. And this is now going fine, so I don't need to worry. I'd rather not be in the war, so my autonomy could tick down faster and all that. But it's not the end of the world to be in this war. So what's the next big thing? The next big thing has to be the religious war, right? What happens if that never happens? I think then you just stay Catholic Empire, right? If the religious war never fires, then you just get Catholic Empire? I think so. There's the conversion of Donauwörth. And then there's Ingolstadt, which has... Doesn't have? No, it's a different state apparently. Okay. So Upper Bavaria, enforce, and get rid of these Protestants. East Swabia, no longer enforce. Honestly, go to the edict, states map mode, states macro builder, state edicts, and let's kill, encourage development Baden, and unity in Lorraine. No, I actually do want to do Herzogenbar. Yeah, I could turn it off now and turn it back on later, but I'm just going to do this. Because I'm lazy like that. And it's only a tiny fraction of money that we don't really care about. What I do care about is going higher on the force limit. The question is it more cannons? I think the answer is yes. 11 cannons right now. Let's make that 20. because I like having 10 cannons for my siege stack at this point in time. Because that's enough for level 2 forts to be fully sieged, and 9 is good for level 3 fort at +3, I think. Both of those are good. And cannons are still expensive. Sure, you could argue you always want full cannons, but that's a lot of money. And then with tech 17 or 16, next mil tech, then I'd love to have a full back row of cannons. Not sure that's something we can... I don't need to do this anymore. That we can afford that. Just yet. Brandenburg is good pieced out. White pace. No idea why you would do that, Brandenburg, but sure. Trier busy generating some participation for us. I don't actually know if that generates participation for us or for them. Let's have a quick look. Does Trier have their own participation score? No. So then I assume it gets added to ours. Because they just did something, right? That can't be 0 participation when they just killed the stack. I don't believe that. Should I be... I can't. Not at war. We're so close to 100 crown land. And then you start this BS again. Let's go threaten them a bit. Slap them around a bit with a large trout. Any place we can stand that is not so far away but has some... No. The supply limits here are bad. Because we did all the development and other people didn't. We're quickly running out of things we want here. Blockade impact doesn't matter, so we just have to take the Merc Discipline because we don't care about... Well, we would care, but we don't have ships. We don't know what a ship is, so there's nothing we can do with them. I don't feel like going here, but if you actually want to sit on my land, I'm going to punch you. You're not currently. Might run to another one of my subjects. Oh, you're going pretty deep, Bohemia. I mean, I guess you have to, because you can't win on the seas. But still, maybe you're trying to stop whatever's happening down here. Kind of looks like that's what they're doing. Convert Herzogenbar, and I should already have the edict on. Yes. I should turn it off over here, but I can't. Well then, let's put a cut in here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, as always, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and anything you want to say to me would be nice if you would do that in that comment section. Ooh, my poor subject Trier just got attacked by Venetian noble rebels. Ah, that's sad. That's sad, Trier. So sad. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.